Yeah, so once again, congratulations for making it to the finals or finale day, like we call it for IIT Delhi. We look forward to seeing you on 31st. But before we do that, I thought I'll keep a quick call for any clarification questions that you may have, right? Some of you are traveling for us for the first time, some of them you are very well versed with it. So please go ahead and ask any questions that you may have. What I will do is I will just keep this background of a screen behind so that I can keep your questions and or run this in a slightly more organized fashion. But please feel free to stop me at every point that I'm going through, right? So I'm just going to walk you through this. And you know this patent about us, we are quite precise on time. We actually appreciate people who work with us on that, which means that I want to see you at 8 o'clock or 8:15 on in IIT Delhi. Don't make it into 8:30. Ma'am, my train is late, plane is late. Don't try to avoid that. Be there by 8:30 uh, sharp, because 8:30 to 9 o'clock onwards, we will do the registration onwards, right? Registration also involves us being able to give you a little bit of a tuck in the sense, a little bit of few things to eat. I don't think it's a good substitute of a breakfast for all the parents and the junior kids, because I see more juniors over here. So, I don't have fruity and a Oreo or some chips packet or not breakfast. Okay, so carry that for yourself or just have it come. But IIT Delhi is also a place where there are a lot of cafes or coffee shops around. So I'll just let you know that. We are obviously playing in IIT Delhi, which means that the exact location I will share it with you tomorrow morning. Um, uh, so I'll give you the location. I know that for sure you got a cafe coffee day, you got an India coffee house, you got a South Indian option. The options are there. And the reason I mentioned is that apart from that morning snack that I will give you, I'm hoping that you will carry your cash and cards for the rest of the meals, right? Because lunch is going to be on you. We'll be running around. In IIT Delhi, there's a festival going on. Okay, so already all the college students will be there. So I do want to stress that the minors, which in this case are all of you, I would assume all of you are minors, you must have a guardian or a person along with you, right? If one guardian's getting a team along, that's perfectly fine as well. But from an organizing committee, though we are a group of 10, 12 people, we'll be quite rushed just running the debates. So what tends to happen is that we have a main hall and then we use sub halls or two separate halls to run the semi-finals, right? But physically it takes a lot more effort. So this guardians and children, I just want to make sure that there's somebody from your side also just being able to oversee all of you, right? Any questions so far on this one? Whatever I just said, please feel free to ask. Okay. So you all know we are doing WSDC. We will not have too many changes from the format standpoint. That's why I deliberately put the speaking time. I'm going to be releasing the motion another 1 hour max juniors. But what we will do, as you can see, for juniors, it is going to be prepared for both semi-finals and finals. So you don't know whether you made it to the finals. However, we'll give you the motion just so that if you want to do some rough preparation, right? For middle and seniors, we'll be releasing your motions as well. For the semi-finals, at least it's prepared. Okay, like I said, because there is a this thing going on, the fest is going on, which means that I have to submit your details to IIT Delhi for security clearance. I will be just circulating the form shortly after a few motion releases. I need you to think through who's coming, who's not coming, because I don't want you necessarily swaying with saying, I'm not so sure whether he's coming, not coming. Even if you're not sure, add them, because it's not COVID time, so we can entertain more people coming than less. So whoever's going to come, please put it in the security form as well. Yes, spectators are allowed. Yes, grandparents are allowed. Yes, cousins are allowed. Okay, so feel free. Yeah, Miraya?
Ma'am, you have posted, I think you have posted this form on the WhatsApp group, right?
I'm just walking you through it. That's why we pretty much thought through what you will need. But I just want to
Okay.
discuss any questions you may have. Yeah, Arya, go ahead.
Thank you.
So for the middles, are there going to be both a semi-final and a final? Because
Yeah,
the,
for all of you.
okay, so the message just mentioned that there are two teams who have qualified.
No, you are the second batch of qualifiers, which means that the qualifiers of 23rd also has two teams in your category. So actually, it's a good question. So at a category level, for juniors there are four teams, middle there are four teams, and senior there are four teams, right? For Frankenstein, we did qualifiers on 23rd and 28th. You're the second lot. Got it? So we will play semi-finals in the mornings and then finals in the evenings post lunch. Is that clear, Arya? Yeah. So, okay, yeah, Pranya, go ahead.
Ma'am, I just wanted to ask if the middle team makes it to the finals, how much time will we get to prepare for the
1 hour.
last motion?
1 hour.
1 hour.
Yeah, you will get
Thanks.
1 hour. Juniors will get similarly, they will just know the sides, but they already know the motion. And seniors again will get 1 hour.
Okay, ma'am.
The schedule will look in such a way that you have time. Yeah, Kriday?
Yes, I just had a small doubt. So will we be having one round and then knockouts, or 2 or 3 rounds and then best of?
Not 2 or 3 rounds. You will do semi-finals and then the finalists will be selected and then they will play finals.
Right, so just one round.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And Aruv, go ahead.
So, ma'am, for the semi-finals for juniors, can we wear our school uniform, which is a shirt and track pant?
Yeah,
T-shirt.
I've seen that children tend to wear school uniforms or children wear things which are according to the code. So, for example, Independence Day, we expect people to wear traditional, but because there's no such occasion like that, we are okay with you being in semi-finals or finals, and school uniform is perfectly okay.
Okay.
Right? Okay. Yeah, Varnika.
Actually, we'll get to know the side on the day that we come to the IIT, right?
Yeah, for juniors for semi-final motion, we should release the side as well. I'll just come to that, but I'll release the motion nonetheless so that you have the motion with you. But for the finals, we'll tell you the sides there and then, right? Because we have to select. So you have an idea that this is going to be the motion, but you don't know whether you're the finalist, right?
Okay. And one more thing, the motion for semi-final and final will be same.
No, it won't be same. Different motion.
Okay.
You will get bored. I think accompaniment is quite clear. Accommodation is also quite straightforward. I've given you the location, you know where to plug yourself. Yes, carry stationery. It's always a good thing. Palm cards work. Keeping your laptop for your reference also works. So do that. That's perfectly.
Ma'am, what are palm cards?
Palm cards tend to be these little cards that you can hold in a palm if you want to write quick notes. Right?
Okay.
So if you carry chits, that's fine. That's papers is also okay. But you know how it is that offline the difference is that you're going to be looking at an audience or you're going to be addressing some team members. So that's why for the junior most, at least we've given a lot more prep time, right? For seniors, obviously we say that know your key points so that you're able to engage with the audience. We had a very funny instance when we moved the Oxford team, when we took them to Oxford. The first time I remember training them and they said something like, can you hear me and see me? And we were laughing because, you know, you typically say that on Zoom, right? But it was the first time after COVID that they had debated offline. So they were like, can you hear and see me? We were like, yeah, we can all see you and hear you. So you can skip that line for sure and get started. You know, the use of internet for prep time is strictly prohibited. So please go ahead and prepare your speeches now. Documentation standpoint, I'll just come to you with it. From a documentation standpoint, you know, it's more for your travel purposes. And yes, you should have an ID for entering IIT Delhi for sure. And just the last thing that I want to make sure that you know is that in case any of you is thinking that, hey, listen, I just might not be able to make it, this is a good time to tell us because then we will have to pick up the next team. So think through that decision first more than anything else. That's the reason we declared the results quickly because we wanted to make sure you have time to think. Yeah, Kriday?
Right, it says that no electronics are allowed. Can we use like note-taking electronics like an iPad or?
Yeah.
We can use them.
Accent.
Right, okay.
So any questions at all? This is a small group. We'll anyways meet in person. Anything that you would like me to keep in mind, but otherwise.
Ma'am, so we shouldn't carry our laptops at all?
I mean, you can, so laptop can also be used for a repository of a note that you may have made if you are not going to print it. So you can carry it for that purposes, but there's no point. I mean, like for middle and senior, you've already been advised, right? It is minimal research. It is more around the argumentation more than anything else. So don't.
Yes, ma'am, because I made my notes on the laptop only.
Yeah, so you can print it also. That's what I'm saying that little kids also sometimes carry the laptop itself on the podium, but it's a little bit of, you know, you have to be able to manage yourself. So be comfortable. So I prefer palm cards. Like it's simple and sweet and easy to take along. Advaya, go ahead.
Ma'am, are we allowed to read from our notes or we have to learn the entire thing?
You can sneak peek once in a while, but you want to make sure that you're engaging eye contact with the audience as well, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so practice it. That's why we give you the motions and then sort of use it so that you are comfortable that you have it in front of you. But sneak peek,
Okay.
underline the key points. Yes, any other questions that I can address? Yes, iPhone.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, when will the motion for semi-finals and middle category be released?
It's there in the note that I sent you. 3 p.m.
I wanna
I can't hear you, iPhone. Go ahead.
I just wanted to ask that for junior category,
Hmm.
will results be declared immediately, or it's going to be at the end of the session after middles and seniors are done? Because we'll have to plan our travel arrangements accordingly.
Which is why we will try to wrap it up by 6 p.m. So for folks who are traveling outstation, I would encourage you to book your flights after 8:39 because you'll have to cater for that time to the airport. But we can't declare category-wise results earlier. The typically you will see the results. The award category or award ceremony will begin around 4:35. Maximum of an hour is what I would cater for.
So, thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah, sure. So, perfect. I think you all are looking clear. If there are no other questions, let me know. Yes, Sai Supraja. Go ahead.
For the senior category, do we have both rounds impromptu?
No, there is prepared motion, right? We are giving you one semi-final because we know you're traveling. So one prepared motion, but we'll release it around, I think we put the time as 7 p.m. if I'm not wrong. 7 p.m. seniors, 29th of March release.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Just look at that PDF that I posted on the group. It's quite comprehensive. Yeah, go
Ma'am?
ahead. Yeah.
Right.
If somebody wants to speak.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Mhm.
Ma'am, where is the motion released for middle category?
Have you not seen the PDF document I posted, Arya?
I cannot see it in the group.
Acha, I don't know whether you joined the group later. I'll just have it reposted. But
Oh.
just for your reference, it is, and this is the document I'm referring to, same one that I posted. For middle, it will be 3 p.m.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's go quickly. Yeah, Preksha, go ahead.
Ma'am, I was wondering what awards are there, like how many best speakers and all would we get?
I was hoping to leave that as a surprise actually.
Okay, ma'am.
But our tables are always full of trophies and awards. I can assure you that.
Right.
Yeah, Miraya.
Ma'am, the slide that you were showing that was
Couldn't hear you. Go ahead.
Ma'am, the slide that you were sharing that was for junior only, no?
That's for all of you, no? So the document that I'm sharing with all of you, I'm just going to repost it back on the group. It's already posted on the group, but let me do that again. It's for everyone. I've just done that. Yeah, I think I still see iPhone, Arya Talwar, your hands up. Do you still have a question?
No, ma'am. Sorry.
Yeah. So I think we are good. But the only request that I have is now when I say on the group, I need this form filled up by 5 p.m., it means 5 p.m. Try to do it ASAP because I won't have so many intense things given to you. I would assume that you will all be traveling in transit tomorrow. So just be prompt on time. In fact, I'll release a security form now. That's the important one that I need. Yeah, Kriday?
On a side note, does the